Good morning, Wednesday morning, Garden of England, crisp morning. Something bizarre's just happened again. I was well into recording, a good 7 minutes into recording this session this morning, and my phone just suddenly stopped it. Well, what's going on? Am I being cynical here? It's big stuff I'm sharing at the moment, and it's like the gremlins don't want you to know about it. It's like yesterday's stuff, it's the left-brainers don't like that stuff. Maybe the algorithms don't like what I'm talking about. Why did my phone just stop? Well, anyway, what was I talking about? Well, look, I was talking about two big moments, and this is what got me into it. Two big moments in the history. There she's barking. Must be important that you listen to this. Last year, walking a beach and I'll be doing it again in February because we're going back over again to Florida, to Naples. And I'll walk the same beach again. And when walking the beach last year, thinking of Jim, who let us see the video last year, those of you who participated, thinking of him, an idea came bang into my mind from Source, which got me to do Workshop 3, which is just extraordinary. What a breakthrough. And then another big moment in the history of mine. So it was 15 years in. I'm in the concert hall in Glasgow, the big auditorium, doing the 2-day Mindstore for Life course. Maybe you were there. And at the final break in the second day on the Sunday, there's a queue of people wanting to talk, and the guy gets to the front of the queue and he tells me how he's having challenges selling his house in Bearsden, a big 6-bedroom stone villa, the sort of thing if you come from Glasgow. And he said he'd been programming it forever and he couldn't sell it, and then the idea came boom into my mind. And I asked him, what is it you're seeing in your future history? What is it you're programming? And it was quite a good idea, of course. It was at the estate agent sale board in the front lawn with the big house behind it, and the sticker over the board saying sold, which is obviously an end result that you would want to see if you were selling your house. But then I had this idea, look, continue to do that, but go home tonight, and when you're programming, see the day that the family move in. He wanted the family to have the house because he brought up his own family there. He was downsizing now, and I asked him to do that, and within 3 days he sold the house. I've told this story often, because in that moment it was not just about him succeeding, it was about the family, the consequences, the power of the Screen 4 approach. And then you've got the new 5th dimensional stuff that we do, that I've been teaching this past year. So part of the reason I wanted to share these is with you is I've got a choice, and I could do with some interaction here. So if maybe you would feel confident to share your opinion, either on YouTube or back to Facebook, where maybe you're picking up on this. I've got a choice. I'm going to be scheduling today. We thought we'd do it yesterday, but we didn't, but we'll do it this morning, hopefully, for sessions in the studio to go back in and record. The House with the Red Roof course, that's definitely the first one we're going to be doing. So I'm going to create these legacy courses for all of you, should you want them, and just obviously for my own benefit to have them somewhere. But the option I've also got is to do that, yes, but in terms of the next thing to put up in the new platform, I could put up the recordings of what we did last year, Workshop 1, Workshop 2, and ultimately Workshop 3. I could put that up. So there's a debate going on in our heads as should the next product be Workshop 1, 2 and 3 with that amazing process that happened in the beach in Naples, or do we make sure that we get the House with the Red Roof up? So I suppose it's an emphasis on beginners or an emphasis on people wanting to take it to another level who've been with me before. Maybe you could comment on that. That's going to help me make a decision today, or at least by the time I get to the studio, presumably next week or the week after. But anyway, I really appreciate your help with that. But moving on, look, the big lessons that's happening already. We're into the middle of the first working week of 2025. And already, if you're committed and you did the work of the goal setting process, then hopefully what you've been doing is, at least once a day in the morning, or hopefully last thing at night, you're going through quickly in your mind's eye the outcomes you desire for your top 7 goals. And that just takes seconds, guys, once you're in an alpha state, so there's no excuse. And that's already attracting. You've had presumably been tested, you will be tested. I've explained that before already. You'll have attracted coincidence, ideas, things will be happening, you'll be making movement. Maybe you've already pre-programmed a critical meeting and event that went exactly the way you wanted it to. So if you're an old Mindstore guy, man or woman, you're consulting with your coaches and getting extraordinary intuitive feedback, and all the Mindstore wonder is happening. But of course, for some of you, you've already abandoned this. Why? Well, maybe you're a procrastinator, maybe you're waiting for things to be perfect. There's no such moment, let's just get on with it. And then there's the fact that, well, maybe your left brain interfered and you've only got weak left brain type realistic achievable goals, and you're not going to get out of your bed with a passion for that stuff, so you've already abandoned. Like, go back and do the top 7 goals again. Allow yourself the privilege of thinking about something you would truly love to have that manifested right now, and you would do whatever you had to do because its outcomes are so empowering for you. And here's the magic about, of course, the Mindstore approach. Unlike everybody else, really, is we're not in it just for ourselves. We know we're in it for the benefits of other human beings. We understand the consequences of our success. But of course, it's not our success, it's a joint success, because you've allowed the source to work on your behalf behind the scenes, as it's doing right now if you're programming your goals. People, places, opportunities are being lined up, and that takes enormous amounts of energy, all sorts of things that you have absolutely no control over, never will have, and never have in the past. It's not just about you, but it needs you to do the programming. Source needs to know you're committed, because it'll get committed, and you better not let it down. So get to work. Pre-programmed critical meetings and events of today. Have a cracker. I intend to see you, Ramora.